This is Jeb Blunt, and it's Money Monday on the Sales Gravy Podcast.
Say make money, money, make money, money, money. Make money, money, make money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound.
All right, it is Monday. Time to re-energize, refocus, and get ready for the week ahead, because how you start your week is how you'll end your week. And this week, we start with a brutal and undeniable truth. The number one reason for failure in sales is an empty pipeline. And the number one reason why you have an empty pipeline is that you are not doing enough prospecting. You see, in sales, everything rests on putting qualified opportunities in your pipeline. Prospecting is the beginning and the end, the alpha and the omega. If you don't prospect, you will fail, and that is a guaranteed truth. Each sales day and every day, you must connect with prospects, engage them in meaningful conversations, and convert them into pipeline opportunities. The problem is that we live in a noisy world in which these same prospects, well, they're being inundated with prospecting messages from dozens of other salespeople who are also attempting to get their attention. So if you don't stand out, you will lose. But I doubt I'm telling you anything that you don't already know, because it is freaking hard to get attention when prospecting these days, and it's not getting any easier. There are days when it feels like you could be jumping up and down in front of your prospect in a pink bunny suit while throwing $100 bills in the air, and they'd still ignore you. Now, one of the key reasons why so many salespeople fail to break through this noise is that their entire prospecting strategy is pounding away at prospects through a single communication channel, which is typically a series of automated emails sent through a sales engagement platform like Outreach or SalesLoft. And sadly, this sledgehammer approach, well, it just doesn't work anymore. Recent data reveals that salespeople are sending as much as 8 times more email today than they did 5 years ago, but only getting a tenth of the results. Now, one of the biggest reasons why prospects are just tuning out is that AI-powered sales automation tools have scaled email prospecting activity to an extraordinary level. You see, in the past, writing a prospecting email, well, it required thought and taking time to craft a message that was unique to each prospect. It was a slow process, which meant salespeople sent fewer but far better prospecting emails. Today, AI engines can pump out hundreds of cold email variations in just seconds, with shallow and often cringeworthy personalization that more often than not turn prospects off. And as AI-generated prospecting emails flood inboxes, the volume of this outreach has eroded any impact from the improved efficiency. Constant exposure to this irrelevant, repetitive AI-generated crap has left decision makers exasperated. They are overwhelmed, and it's causing them to tune out, turn off, and ignore all prospecting messages, good or bad, human or AI generated. And this is why most sales professionals today are desperate to find new techniques to help them break through the noise and get attention when prospecting, so that they can engage in more and more meaningful conversations. It's a given that most salespeople want a bigger pipeline filled with qualified opportunities, and most salespeople want to sell more. Yet, most salespeople overlook or underutilize one of the most powerful prospecting tools that is right at their fingertips, and that tool is LinkedIn. It can be argued that the moment that the sales profession changed forever and the door opened to modern selling as we know it today was when Alexander Graham Bell said on the very first telephone call, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." The telephone's impact on the sales profession was profound and lasting. Then, as now, the phone remains the most efficient and effective means for conducting real-time, synchronous, human-to-human conversations with prospects. Alexander Graham Bell made his call to Mr. Watson 150 years ago. And since then, there's only been a handful of technologies that advanced the sales professional with such pivotal impact. The automobile, for example, gave sellers the freedom to cover wider regional territories more efficiently. Air travel literally gave the sales profession wings, expanding our reach nationally and globally. The internet put unimaginable data at the fingertips of both sales professionals and their buyers. Smartphones put powerful computers in our pockets and made communication ubiquitous. And video calling, well, that shrunk the globe and it accelerated sales cycles. And the CRM, the thing we all hate the most, that made it possible to efficiently capture, organize, and access data. And today, Artificial intelligence is rapidly transforming the way we develop insight from this data, revolutionizing targeting, prospecting communication, deal strategy, and forecasting. But of all these advances, none has had a more dramatic impact on the sales profession and your ability to connect with almost anybody, anywhere, at any time than LinkedIn. You see, LinkedIn is a vibrant ecosystem where 1 billion business professionals are linked together. It's a prospecting and sales Swiss Army knife with dozens of tools and applications for a variety of sales activities like prospecting, networking, research qualifying and list building, multi-threading and stakeholder mapping, pre-call planning, discovery, communicating, building familiarity and personal branding, and projecting thought leadership and authority. But what makes LinkedIn truly unique is that this giant database and sales ecosystem is constantly self-updating. This means that the data and contacts are never stale. In fact, it is the only sales data center where you are always working with the most current information about prospects and their companies, which makes it an excellent list building tool. And this matters because when you're prospecting, the better your list, the better your outcomes. When you consider that the very essence of selling is connecting with people, building relationships, and solving problems, it's easy to understand why LinkedIn is the most important technological advancement in the history of the sales profession. To break through the noise and earn attention, you need to ditch the sledgehammer and pick up a multi-function Swiss Army knife. Multi-channel prospecting sequences that leverage LinkedIn are that Swiss Army knife. Sequences diversify your outbound strategies with a multi-channel, multi-touch, interwoven message strategy that helps you stand out and break through the noise. And LinkedIn amplifies the impact of these sequences. A multi-channel sequence gives you the opportunity to meet prospects where they are and how they prefer to communicate. It also allows you to be creative with multiple iterations and formats of your message to home in on the one message that pulls your prospect in. And LinkedIn, when combined with AI and traditional communication channels like the phone and email, can give you almost superhuman prospecting powers. Sales professionals who harness LinkedIn in their fanatical prospecting sequences can transform their prospecting strategy and explode their pipeline with high-quality opportunities by generating more leads, opening more doors, and engaging in more meaningful conversations. Now, keeping it real, LinkedIn is not a prospecting panacea. It is not going to provide an endless stream of inbound leads with little effort. It requires hard work and effort, and it must be combined with other communication channels to be effective. It is, however, a key component of a complete prospecting system. From list building and cold calling to direct outreach to lead generation and long-term cultivation of future opportunities, LinkedIn can be a crazy powerful weapon in your prospecting arsenal if you choose to use it. And this is why I want you to stop this week and consider how you're using LinkedIn. Do you feel like you're getting everything out of LinkedIn that you should be? Are you scheduling consistent LinkedIn blocks on your calendar, or are you erratic with your efforts? Take some time to consider new possibilities for how to make LinkedIn work better for you and recommit to making LinkedIn a core part of your fanatical prospecting routine. Now, in my new book, The LinkedIn Edge, I give you a comprehensive prospecting playbook. You gain tools, tactics, and techniques for building a robust pipeline with both fast and long game strategies for landing big, lucrative deals and your dream accounts. Now, prospecting on LinkedIn can feel completely overwhelming. So what I'm going to teach you in the LinkedIn Edge is how and where to get started, how to build better prospecting lists and find who and what you're looking for, to develop effective prospecting messages for both InMail and LinkedIn direct messages, how to communicate on LinkedIn and conduct more effective prospecting conversations, how to get found and generate inbound leads, how to generate referrals and get warm introductions to decision makers that allow you to skip over gatekeepers, and how to differentiate, build trust, and stand out in a world that wants to commoditize you. My mission in this new book, The LinkedIn Edge, is to teach you how to elevate your prospecting efforts by blending LinkedIn seamlessly into your fanatical prospecting toolkit. And here's an awesome bonus. Once you purchase the LinkedIn Edge, you're going to get access to a comprehensive LinkedIn course with 10 videos and a reading and reflection guide. All you got to do is go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or wherever you buy books and purchase the LinkedIn Edge. Then, after you buy the book, go to salesgravy.com/edge. That's salesgravy.com/edge and just follow the instructions to redeem your free course. I am so stoked and excited about this book because I truly believe that it is a game-changing playbook that will help you build a bigger pipeline and make prospecting easier. And never forget, when you're tired, when you're worn out, and it's time to go home, always stop and make one more call. This is Jeff Blunt, and I'll see you next time on the Sales Gravy Podcast.
Survival of the fittest, you can sink or swim. I've been broke, I ain't never going back again. I need some C-notes, some cheddar, and a stack of ends. I need a bowl of dough, I don't need no Facebook friends. I need a pack of them snaps, a handful of Fetty Wops, and rubber band on my greenbacks. Look, dawg, don't be playing with my paper. I need every red cent, that's why I brought my little scraper. Take money, 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 money. Take money, money, take money.